Good morning. It's Sunday, August 25th. I'm Lisa Evers in the Fox 5 newsroom. Thank you for joining us live on the Fox Local app. A 62-year-old man was shot and killed by two officers in East Harlem. It all started at around 12:30 this morning following several 911 calls. Police say they found a man with a gun in his hand at 103rd and 3rd. According to the NYPD, officers opened fire after the man was repeatedly told to drop the weapon. He died at a local hospital. A gun was found at the scene. Israel is launching a wave of airstrikes across southern Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah. Israel said the strike was preemptive to prevent a larger attack. Hezbollah responding with rockets and drones. This comes as the ceasefire talks resume today in Egypt over the Israel-Hamas war. And closer to home, New Jersey transit commuters won't have to activate or buy any tickets starting tomorrow through September 2nd. It's all part of Governor Phil Murphy's Fair holiday. He says it's a thank you to commuters who suffer through the seemingly unending service disruptions throughout the summer. Commuters who already bought August monthly passes will get 25% off their September passes. You'll remember the governor made the announcement earlier this month right here on Fox 5. And let's talk weather now. It's shaping up to be a picture-perfect day across the tri-state area with a high of 87. Clouds move in tonight with a low of 69. Tomorrow we'll see a threat of rain with a high of 86. NASA has decided it's too risky for two astronauts to return to Earth on Boeing's troubled capsule. The pair will have to wait until February for a ride home with SpaceX. Fox 5's Duarte Geraldino has the details.
In July, when we heard from astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams, they were optimistic Boeing's Starliner could get them back to Earth.
I have a real good feeling in my heart that the spacecraft will bring us home, no problem.
Human spaceflight is not easy in any regime, and there have been multiple issues with every spacecraft that's ever been designed.
After months floating in space, those hopes are gone. On Saturday, NASA had a formal review of all the technical issues haunting the Starliner. Its service module, the persistent helium leaks in the ship's propulsion system, and decided the only way Sunita and Butch are coming back home is on SpaceX's Crew Dragon spacecraft. NASA was very political when it described how it and Boeing couldn't reach common ground on the Starliner.
There was just a little disagreement in terms of the level of risk, and that's kind of where it got down to.
Boeing has already recorded more than $1 billion in losses on the Starliner. It's hundreds of millions of dollars over budget and years behind schedule. Members of NASA's team described the clash of ideas between Boeing and itself as tense discussions and acknowledged both sides have some work to do to keep its team together.
Boeing did a great job building a model. Now, the question is that model good enough to predict performance for a crew?
We have had mistakes done in the past. We lost 2 space shuttles as a result of there not being a culture in which information could come forward.
Those comments were a nod to the 1986 Challenger explosion and 2003 Columbia disaster, tragedies which claimed the lives of 14 astronauts. In a statement on X, Boeing says, "We continue to focus first and foremost on the safety of the crew and spacecraft. We are executing the mission as determined by NASA, and we are preparing the spacecraft for a safe and successful uncrewed return."
That was Fox 5's Duarte Geraldino reporting. NASA says it plans to bring those astronauts home in February. For a little perspective, here since 2020, Elon Musk's Crew Dragon has taken more than half a dozen crews to space and back. The iconic Cyclone at Coney Island's Luna Park is out of service. This comes after the 97-year-old attraction malfunctioned on Thursday, and riders had to be rescued after it got stuck. The ride has to pass a Department of Buildings inspection. No timeline on how soon the ride will reopen. New video from the FDNY shows the moments a lithium-ion battery explodes, causing an e-bike shop to go up in flames. But this time, the battery was not plugged into a power outlet. Fox 5's Antoine Lewis has more from Richmond Hill, Queens.
When lithium-ion batteries ignite, they don't start slowly and smolder. They rapidly develop.
Acting FDNY Chief of Department John Esposito is reacting to this video just released by fire officials. Investigators have determined that Thursday's fire in the garage of the King's Electric Scooter Shop in Richmond Hill, Queens, was caused by lithium-ion batteries.
Some of the batteries that were stored there where they were operating Although they were not being charged, they ignited and caused a significant fire.
Esposito says this is the second significant fire at this e-bike shop. Last March, this massive blaze broke out in the back of the business. Authorities later found that lithium-ion batteries also caused this fire. The FDNY quickly issued a vacate order for the building. They also have a theory as to why it was ignored.
They reoccupied the bike shop, and they should not have been. We've seen this before where we've had vacates, people, bad actors operating in places that they should not be. We're trying to enforce the law.
Once Thursday's fire was extinguished, both the FDNY and the Department of Buildings again issued vacate orders. Chief Esposito says the department will continue to aggressively go after bad actors they've identified, as well as inform New Yorkers on the potential dangers lithium-ion batteries pose when not handled properly.
When these batteries are not stored or used properly, it's a danger for the neighbors, the people that live there, and our firefighters and other city workers that have to respond and deal with the emergency.
Officials say the fire marshal will determine what, if any, criminal charges the owners of the scooter shop would be facing in connection with Thursday's fire, the 161st lithium-ion battery-related fire in our city this year. Reporting from Queens, Antoine Lewis, Fox 5 News.
Archaeologists uncover a colonial-era garden in Williamsburg, Virginia. The ornamental garden is estimated to be from the 1700s. Archaeologists say this dig is about better understanding how enslaved people maintain the garden. So far, experts have found typical gardening practices that do not follow Western practices. They hope these findings will give them a better understanding of the enslaved people. Tennis fans of all ages gathered at Arthur Ashe Stadium for Kids Day. Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini was at Billie Jean King National Tennis Center for the fun.
They came excited, ready for all things tennis.
It's so exciting to see all the tennis players. We love tennis.
And a lot of fun.
What is that?
Cushion.
Did you win that or they gave it to you?
I won it.
You did? Can I see it? Oh, wow.
And that's what Arthur Ashe Kids Day delivered for the kiddos, of course, and their families.
It's really fun for her running around.
From activities to giveaways to spotting current and former tennis players, the action all around undeniably electric.
Arthur Ashe Kids Day is part of Fan Week and the events leading up to day one of the U.S. Open.
And it's an annual event in honor of tennis great Arthur Ashe. He became the first African American to ever win the U.S. Open in 1968. Today, on the grounds of the U.S. Open, the main stadium for the tennis championships is named after him. His passions included involving kids in the sport. While today is dedicated to the kids.
How old are you?
5.
Can you give me 5? Hey!
Fan Week is dedicated to all tennis fans.
There's no better place to be in the world right now if you're a tennis fan than right here.
I can see it all over your face. He's happy, right?
Oh yeah, this is if you want to see the best guys and gals in the world at this game, New York's the place to be. U.S. Open.
Many who love this sport and some who grew up playing it.
I played tennis all my life. I played in college. And I'm just happy to be here.
For many families, this event is an annual tradition.
What's your favorite part about it?
Watching all the top players practice, and then they enjoy getting all the free stuff.
Yeah. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
You came last year too?
Yeah.
And a big way to get excited about the matches they'll watch when the U.S. Open officially starts at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. Stephanie Bertini, Fox 5 News.
Just listen to that. The city of Monterey shutting down San Carlos Beach earlier this week. The sea lion invasion started last week, with marine biologists saying it could be because of the food supply in the water. This has obviously drawn large crowds, but people are being warned not to get too close. It's unclear how long the beach will be closed. And let's take one last look at the forecast today. Sunny and a little more humid than yesterday. High of 87. Enjoy it because rain is on the radar for you tomorrow. And that does it for us this morning. I'm Lisa Evers. Have a great day. And remember, Fox 5 News is always streaming here on the Fox Local app.